Welcome back to another episode of Who Should You Choose? Hope everyone's having a great Monday morning and that your weekend went well. Yesterday we talked a little bit about just some content and are there too many cards in the game? Lack of focus in making each of these cards quality, which is funny because there's so little content being released in comparison to what we had. And wow, my hair is doing an absolute adventure right now. But today we'll get into more wish list type stuff. I like to hear from you guys about what you'd like to see. Obviously, it's too late to do anything, and really, I don't know what they listen to anymore. But 26 is coming and coming pretty quickly. So we'll take a look at today's questions and comments, and we'll start with my man Airborne. If you don't watch Airborne on Twitch or follow him on YouTube, make sure you do so. Great up and coming NHL creator and one of my favorite people, to be honest with you. So everyone says thanks, Sleeves, for all the help all year and appreciate the love for my content. After my second year streaming this game, here is my NHL 26 wish list, no particular order. If they have 3-day content, let us make the cards they release or have a shot at impacts we can make. Put a timer on it, excluding Team of the Week, Master Set Player, and Team Builder. So I've talked about this over the last couple months, that it kind of blows me away that we have this issue in NHL, which we've had for years, really, where they release content and there's just no way to make it. No way to make it, no way to get it. And after, I want to say, like March, no one's opening up packs, or not enough people are opening up packs, so that there's just not enough, there isn't enough supply on the market. So if you wanted to make a theme team or anything like that, a new card comes out from your favorite player, it might just not hit the market because he's not getting pulled and he's not being sold. So what I said was do a Tuesday pack from Tuesday at 5 p.m. all the way until Wednesday at 5 p.m. Just have a pack that comes out, and in that pack, you can buy it with coins or money. I wouldn't do that, but it's all of the cards that were released that day. And obviously, if there was a really nasty card release, the cost would have to be pretty high, but I think that'd be huge. I think that maybe you get 3 cards, or maybe it's just 2. But it's like, and they're tradable. So if you get something that you don't want, you can just put it on the auction house. And I think that would really help out. Defensive icon changing. I have been talking about this since NHL 20. I'm with you, man. When they showed off icon passing, my heart skipped a beat because I was like, oh my God, there's going to be defensive player switching. Haven't gotten it yet. So what he's referring to here is holding down right trigger when you don't have the puck and then clicking on whatever icon to select the player that you want, so there's no random player switching. Now, you can sort of do that by aiming the right stick. I've talked about that a lot. It's not 100%, especially in the defensive zone. So I would love that. That would be massive to be able to just automatically know who I'm picking when defending the rush. There's a real issue when defending the rush where, let's say you've got 2 forecheckers, 1 in the neutral zone, and then you've got your 2 defenders, right? And they're coming down the rush. If you select your right-handed defenseman, right, or the right side defenseman, and you try to select that middle guy, you have to aim the right thumbstick up to the left, right? Because that's where the player is. Problem is that it selects the top forechecker. So you can't select that middle guy when they line up. And I don't know how many times that's given up a goal or 2-on-1, things like that, because I can't select the right guy. Just brutal. So I'm with you on that. Schedule release for X Factor Team Builder upgrades, 100%. If they are going to do year-long upgrades, make the upgrades static. Like, let us know, and even if they're not going to be great, okay? Like, I think that they need to just make them good again. Like, I think that what they did this year was such a hamper to the hardcore player base, and I don't think it protects the casual players all that much either, because casual players, they can't get a hologram, right? But they can go and get any Master Set player item if they play the game for a week. So it's like, do you really need to be protected that hard, right? I don't think you do. I don't. I think that I remember when I was doing my no money spent team and my pay to win team. And after about 2 years of doing that, I realized that it's about 100 skill points. That's having a God squad and having a normal team is about 100 to 150 points of rivals. So it's not some exceptionally different crazy increase in performance. It helps for sure, but defensive icon change to be so good. But the schedule release for Extract Team Builders, let it be at the beginning of the seasons. Like, if they're gonna do seasons, make the seasons a banger so that everyone in the community, if you're a hardcore HUT player or you're a casual HUT player, we get just blasted with content. Upgrades to X Factors, holograms, all of that stuff. They get upgrade team builders at the launch of every season. The season's 6 weeks. That's 6 weeks to get an upgrade. And don't just make it +1. Match the highest overall MSP. I think that'd be sick. Now, if a new card releases, make team of the season, team of the week, team of the year, power up icon, X Factor. If new card releases, should be equal or still better statistically than that new card release when upgrades. This is the hard part because I agree with you, but it would. They have done this thing where I actually like some of the event builds. Okay, so I'm going to use the sharpshooter event. Sharpshooter event done at the correct time is awesome. Getting 99 shooters. As I apologize, I'm yawning. 99 shooters, right? And you get 99 shooters if you get it early on enough and their skating isn't jacked up. Like, it'd be a really fun event. However, if you've got a really good icon or X Factor and then they get 99 shot because of one event, that's where I don't want to make the cards. I don't want to get to a situation where actually, to be honest, they're so expensive. I want the launch cards that are year-long chase cards to be better. And if they're better, you don't have to worry about not having the highest attributes. I think that would go a long way. I think that would again, it's because the new content team's event structure is like, okay, every few events we're gonna release these crazy, like, God of Greats, warp speed, all sharpshooter, even double shift. I think that there's an issue there that they've made the events cool. Like, I actually think if you look at all of the events, they're kind of boring over the last like 5 years. Those events specifically changed it up quite a bit. And yes, it devalued a lot of cards, but I'm with you that, like, I don't know. I think it needs to be done carefully. No, it should just match the highest. Never mind. You are right. Those cards are so expensive. Make it. No, I'm with you. In champs, don't allow us to play someone 2 times or more in the same week. Rivals we could care less about. This was an issue all year long, not just the summertime. This, my man, is an issue of where you're located. So again, it's server based, right? So you're central. I know you're central. You're central. Central is a smaller player base. So you might not even find a game. And for you, it might not matter. You're a streamer. You don't want to play someone 2 times in a week. I get that for sure. The casual player, though, they might just not find a game. They just want a game, right? The 10 and 10s or even the guys that go like 7 wins, right? Like, I'm with you that you shouldn't have to play someone that much. I think that's a little ridiculous. I don't hate it. I would just be curious to see how long it would take for matchmaking. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Champs rival squad battles. We need better rewards for playing the games. Yeah. I think the XP patch just needs to be better. Just make the XP path better. You make the XP path better, then playing the game any way you want is fun. Like, it makes it more enjoyable. I'm talking throw team builders and X Factors and icons. Throw those into the XP path. Throw event items in there. The XP path got better, but XP path shouldn't cap rewards at the end. Don't punish people that like to play. Been done this XP path for a week already. With you on this. This is a mess. When I first saw it, I was like, I was so let down that they capped it. That's so silly to me. Because you're not going to pull anything anyways. Just let the players pull stuff or try and pull stuff. I appreciate that, man. Well thought out, and I agree with pretty much everything here, dude. I've said it since NHL 23. Random point, but hear me out. I think there should be a player type event. In this event, you can have 5 master set players, but each MSP, you can select the power forward, sniper, or playmaking version of that play. So if you want McDavid as a power forward or a sniper or whatever you pick, this would give some players a chance to have their favorite players with attributes that fit their play style and fill out the auction house with more than just 5 MSPs that don't fit their play style and contribute to the market or trade sets very well. Here's the issue. Attributes really don't matter. And some of them do. If you like to shoot just wrist shots, bad example. There is not like custom skating or shots or anything like that in the game. I find that players are just like, if you were to guess what stats matter to you, speed for sure, but can you quantify what body checking does at the higher end? I'm talking 85 and above. Like if someone has 85 body checking, can you tell 90? I can't. It's, strength, same situation. Balance, same situation. You can't tell those the differences apart. I would like it. I think that this is almost like Hutverse kind of, but what I would like is maybe customizable synergies. Like, so you make a master set player item, it's costs a ton. You should be able to put what synergies you want, because that would allow players to have them fit on your team differently, right? Like sometimes synergies don't really matter, but they could if you can get enough of a player. But how many times do you get a master set player and it's like, like that synergy just doesn't really fit? I would like to try it out, and maybe you unlock certain things with that card, and then you're able to do a customizable synergy for it with, like, in the same vein as what you're talking about here. I think losing a wild card does well. Taking the people who pull the goalie aside. When you're playing online and matchmaking plus menu navigation, load screen, and game intro makes online a larger time commitment than offline. Losing should not be rewarded, maybe in Rivals rewards path, but XP rewards need a boost, especially how often people get matched with the rankers or people that from their tier they're trying to reach. Then again, they need to make the infinite XP path and half decent XP rewards. So with you on this. So what I was talking about the other day was you shouldn't gain Rivals points for loss, right? And it should just be continuous over time. That was my opinion, and I'm with people on that. But the XP for sure you should gain. Like if you lose in Division 2, it should be worth a Division 3 or Division 4 win. That's how I think. Because Wild Card does do that well. It does do that well. Hey slaves, I have an idea to share. I think it'd be really fun to see more custom builds regarding player styles. It'd be really fun to get, for example, a Pavelski MSP that has at least close quarters, big tip, or total eclipse. Nowadays, a big part of the player base just follows the meta, which I think is fine, but takes some joy out of the game for me. It'd be a breath of fresh air and could bring a team building aspect, and not every card to have 99 on every stat. That way, you need to build lines that playmakers go, dude. 100%. Me, like I did this about a couple weeks ago. I showed you guys my video from NHL 20 or 21 with Kesso, and we built a build system. And it would be that's exactly it. That's what would make it so much fun. You could have crazy team builds. I would love getting there's so many X factors that just don't even get used anymore. They don't. If you look at the last defenseman MSPs for the last 2 months, they figured out that people want Heat Seeker, Shutdown, Elite Edges, and like Truculence of some kind. The combo. Every single defenseman has that. They don't release cards that have X Factor abilities that, like, I love Total Eclipse and Big Tipper because I shoot from the point quite a bit. I love going for tip shots. I think that'd be so much fun. I wish they could find ways to utilize them more. OG NHL Hut Collection was collection-based. That's what it's making it sad to see content nowadays. We would make Junior, SHL, Liga, AHL, NHL team collection in exchange for packs and coins. It was the best time. We need to bring that back. I'm able to see that it would be with some changes to include a business side to the mode to be able to sell the idea to compete to a board meeting. But the idea of collections is what we need. A side idea is when you complete a certain division, you'd get an extra pack that includes players' jerseys from those teams. Besides of that, each event should have its collections like FIFA. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I have been saying this for a while. Like, I think every CHL team should get a master set player or something for collecting the entire team. I said this before. Like, at launch of the game, give us an 85 Dougie Hamilton from the Ice Dogs if you can collect all the Ice Dogs. I think that'd be... Steven Stamkos from the Starting Sting. They just did an Origins event. And what's interesting, guys? I was thinking about this. We've had MSPs in the game since what? NHL 17, maybe? They have access to all that art. So what I was thinking is, like, if you, let's say, because there's 60 CHL teams. That's a lot of MSPs to make, okay? Just go back and find a lot of them from old events. I'm okay with that. MLB reuses card art all the time. All the time. Like, if Stamkos at launch of the game next year, we have to make 60 MSPs for just the CHL. No, you don't. Go use Stamkos's Starting a Sting Origins card. Now, some of them would be tough because it doesn't show that team's player, but you could do the player name no matter what. Like John Tavares with the London Knights. The Origins event was really good. In that sense. I think that collections would be a huge thing. Even just on the NHL side, team builders, they want to be like the live series collection in MLB, but they don't hit nearly well enough. I don't know, man. It's the collection thing. I'm with you. They started even doing it with the event items. You collect the event items, you get more extra packs and stuff. Love that. That was a great and like not flushed out, but a great idea. Video idea for you, sleeves. If you have time for it, but do this a community coaching episode once a week where you watch submitted gameplay videos and share tips and tricks to help the person us learn from the game and how to improve. Example, capitalize on an offensive zone timer and pressure for people who dominate their opponent but still seem to lose on entrances and forecheck strats. I am bringing this back. I used to do gameplay reviews quite a bit earlier on, like NHL 21. I am bringing this back in NHL 26. I love, again, I am not elite thumbs, but I know I'm confident that I can get you guys to improve your game. You guys wouldn't watch me, I don't think, if I couldn't at least do something. So I am going to bring this back. I kind of want to figure out the format I want to do it in, whether it's a period or a full game. Is it multiple people? All of that, but I am going to do that next year for sure. I like the idea. I would like to see EA pivot towards allowing players to create MSPs all year. They had this in the game, man, last year. I started playing Hut right after the Warp Speed event and almost quit playing because I was getting worked by Warp Speed Medano every game for months. I would have been allowed to create Medano's MSP after the event. I would have been much less frustrated. If EA has some sort of concern about players just focusing on prior MSPs and not the new event, EA could increase the price of an expired event player. For example, Warp Speed Medano would cost 486 overall players during the 2-week event. But after the 2-week event, Medano costs 786 overall players. Yes. Yes. Like, if they're worried about people just going back and making old cards, let them. That means you made great cards. Focus, learn from that, and then just make them more expensive if you need to, if it really is that big of a deal. One of the dumbest quality of life failures this year was removing the ability to make old MSP. Last year, you could make an MSP whenever. Even Team of the Year if you had an MSP that, like, a set that worked into it. Just obnoxious to me. To keep players in the right division you get XP for winning. Wait, to help keep players in the right division, you get XP for winning. Have live divisions where the threshold increases as players gain XP. So as Division 1 players continue gaining the XP, the threshold to get into Division 1 continues. Brother, this is so funny. I'm going to read the whole thing first. By this, the only way people could derank is if they don't play any games at all and wait for lower divisions to gain more XP. This would incentivize to play and gain XP by winning against your own skill. You would still gain progress for the XP path for winning or losing as long as you complete the game. But if you try throwing games, you don't get credit towards your weekly objective wins. Just a messy brainstorm, if possible, or not. Keep the great work. I think you just described the Rivals format that we had the last 3 years. Because how this would work is your Rivals reward was tiered to the percentage of the player base that you hit. So to get ultimate Rivals in your division, rewards and whatnot, you had to hit like the top 15% of the entire player base. And it was pretty awful because the grinders just took over, right? I don't think that yours is a bad idea. There was a suggestion a couple last week or 2 weeks ago about Rivals that I think I'm gonna like try and see if it can get some legs here because I think it's an awesome idea. So I showed off some a clip someone posted about their players not skating fast, and when I watched it, I was blown away because it looked like he just wasn't hustling on a rush back. Don't forget there is a back-checking speed boost, so -3 for you to carry the puck, and the defender gets plus speed for skating in their zone. I have no idea what you're talking about. If you can cite a source on this is, again, I think what happens here is people get caught and they don't realize their stamina is an issue sometimes. But again, when you carry the puck, you are slower. Like you have a -3 speed to your speed attribute, right? So that comes into account. That's why Wheels is so good. Wheels is you have your true speed stat every time you have the puck. I am not aware of a back-checking boost. I know that if you flick up and you're doing the shove checks while you're back-checking, you get a slight boost, which is so dumb. But I have never seen that at all. So, couple more questions here that I just wanted to highlight. There was one. There we go here. Where was it? For the 9,000th time, the cards don't mean anything if the gameplay is trash. You still don't get it. Man, my favorite comments are when people complain about the game, especially gameplay, and they don't give what is trash. I know what I don't like, but I am one opinion, right? Also, NHL's gameplay will never be universally loved. It has never been universally loved. There will always be people. It's revisionist history to be like, man, the gameplay, everyone loved it in NHL 14. You haven't played NHL 14 in 12 years. I'd love to see you go back and play it. I'd love to see the comments. I think Thrash did a video where he went through comments on old games, like on YouTube videos, and it was hilarious. The people that complained and whatnot during each game, right? Some people like sim-based, some people like arcade. I like sim-based. Other players might like arcade, right? You got to let me know what you mean by. I think that if you're looking for my fixes to the gameplay this year, unscreened D2D one-timers that are greened up, they don't go in. Knock that off. Just that is so dumb. The speed boost doing on the L2 backskate, get rid of that entirely. And outside of that, like, everything is pretty similar. Like, the gameplay is what it is. It is the same. I don't know. I can't quantify what I want other than those two things removed. I made a comment in a couple of videos ago where I was like, I would love it where they didn't have to touch gameplay for a year, because I think that they waste a ton of time trying to reinvent the wheel in gameplay when you could just quality of life, right? Obviously, there's things in the game that need to be adjusted. Like, there's a lot. I mean, there's like the line changes being a mess. Line changes not being manual is crazy to me, and that you can't choose manual line changes. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. It's you got to let me know what we're talking about here when it comes to gameplay or any just criticism of the game. Let me know. Tell me what your thoughts are and what you would do. So that's going to do it for today's episode of Who Should You Choose. I'll be back tomorrow. If you want to check out my stream today, I'm going to start my grind to World Series and MLB, trying to be a two-sport Division I athlete. So that'll happen in the afternoon. Thank you guys again for listening and watching. See you tomorrow.